So this right here is my new baby. This is like a small table easel. It's very, very, very inexpensive. And this thing is like, I don't know, I think it was like 20 something in Amazon. This is a very simple thing, but it's so useful. I'm going to show you guys what comes in. So I pull it from here, and I believe that this thing, you can use it with, you can actually use this with oils if you like, and also with watercolors. And it has like a little compartment there, all cute, all fancy. And then you see this little thing here. Hopefully, if it stands my abuse, this thing is what you put down, and you can lower it as much as you can with a watercolor, which I thought that's freaking awesome. So one of the things is that I know, like, I don't think this is going to hold the whole sketchbook here. Let me show you my sketchbook. This is my huge sketchbook, and so because I don't want to break it, I didn't want to put that much weight in. So what I did is that the same wooden palette that came in the package inside the box, this is what we're going to use to do the little fish. So before I start, I'm just going to move this to the side, and right on top of my sketchbook, I'm going to do my small paper. So what I have in my hands is called a bone folder, okay, and this is what it does, which is really cool. Okay, so it allows you to cut paper with precision, and this is a lot, like a lot of crafters uses use a lot of bone folders, and I believe I'm obsessed with it. And the good thing is that you can really cut the paper to size. So if I wanted to just click it here, right, put it right here, make it about that side, what I'm going to do is, as straight as I can, we're just going to use this as a ruler. So I'm going to just come here, okay, we're going to, you see that? I'm just going to go back, do a second line. All right, so this one is a Martha Stewart, I believe. This is Martha Stewart, and I bought it in AC Moore, and it has like little different nicks and picks that you can do with the paper, but I mostly use this for cutting paper. And I'll take it from here. I'm going to take it, I'm going to do the same thing, just fold it. If you wanted to do a card or something like that, you can do it because it will fold, okay? So that's the cool thing about the bone folder. In this case, we're just going to cut the paper, and there you have it. So you want different cut size paper, you can do that with the bone folder. So before I throw this on the floor, I'm gonna use my little piece of wood, the shiny part of it. The most shiny part, because I don't want the paper, the tape to get stuck to it. We're going to just tape it. This is, where are you? The tacky tape that I use is one of those cheap, also from the art store. I got this tacky paper tape, you see it, and you can use painter's tape, but I don't have it in my hands right now. I don't have it with me, and we're just gonna separate here, and we're just gonna, okay. Good thing about this is that you can definitely cut it, okay? You can cut it to size. Hi, how are you? You can cut it to size. See that? And since I'm not using this part over here, it really doesn't bother me. Just gonna put this over here. But aesthetically, so it could be pleasing, because these videos I'm posting it on YouTube, I'm going to turn it over. The picture that I'm using is from shutterstock.com. And I just typed in goldfish. Okay, that's all. Simple as that. So we have it already stuck to the little palette plate there, wooden palette. And just gonna put this on the side. Remove this, put this back. And I'm going to lift this up as much as I can so you guys can see. And I think the view, having this stand, I wish I can just turn it around so you guys can see how cool this is. And I can do it both ways. I can do it like this, or I can do it like this, which I think is a little bit more sturdier if I use it that way. And I'm going to just turn this just a little further. I'm gonna go down with it so you guys can be right in front of it. How cool is that? I needed this so badly. So I'm just gonna lower, I'm sorry, you're gonna have, just gonna lower it as much as possible. What's up? What's it? Okay. And, all right on focus, huh? No more going down. Just gonna calm this a little bit because it's shaking too much. That's the bad part. And we're just going to make sure we focus it in just a little bit. There you go. Awesome. Okay. So now I'm just gonna go get my water. Where is my water? Water. Where is it? Okay. And we're gonna start doing the fish. Isn't that cool? I know. So we don't see that hole because I know it bothers me. So I'm just gonna cover it like that. Okay. Just gonna lift you up and calm this down a bit. Just gonna press here so my camera can focus just a tad bit. All right, because that's good for it. And we're gonna start painting. So for this goldfish, we're having a lot of orange, of course. So I'm gonna use my trusty travel palette, and we're going to put in that orangey color. I'm just going to start doing wetting my brushes. I'm gonna use I think it's a 5 or 6 round, okay? Small tiny one. All right, just gonna leave them there, and I'm gonna take out a little bit of this light red. This is from Holbein, just in case we might need it. And this is vermilion hue. This is also from Holbein. We're gonna take that color just in case we need it. And we're going to start it with a wetting to red, because that's my favorite way of painting, especially a watercolor. So we're just gonna wet it, okay? We're not gonna go, okay? And the good thing here is that we're going to focus just on the painting, all right? And we don't have to go crazy with what's on the background, but I think it's really cool that we can do this. So I'm just gonna lower it just a tiny bit. And this way. There you go. And we are on. Okay? Make sure that you have a good share on this. Perhaps lifting it up just a bit so you guys can see. There you go. I want the best view. So no excuses. There you go. I think this is okay. I have my water bottles on the corner, but I mean, I can't just cover everything. It's part of the background. Hopefully it doesn't look that cranky in there, because sometimes it's not aesthetically pleasing to show part of the background sometimes. But this is my space, and we're just gonna run with it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just rubbing here the yellow. These are really, I'm just gonna show you, okay? Good yellow here, and I'm just going to start doing the body of the fish, okay? And we're gonna come here and this side. And don't worry much about, you know, oh my God, it's spreading. A lot of people get nervous when they see them. Don't worry much about that, okay? All right, I'm just gonna lower it, and almost done. Can you believe that? Almost done, that's it. All right, just gonna rub a tiny bit of that water. Just gonna lower it. And then for the spaces on the eye sockets and stuff like that, I'm just adding a hint of blue. All right, so let's say one eye goes here. Okay, other one here. All right, also the opening of the mouth. All right, you have one going down. And right here, we're just gonna start adding also the upper fin right here, upper part of the fish. Just gonna lower here. And since this fish is underwater, we have to kind of just play around with the watercolor. All right, and then over here. Hi, Jeremy. Same thing here. And since it's underwater, we're just gonna use all this blue that we can come up with. All right. Now, mind you that we might need some spaces for like the fin and stuff like that. That really doesn't have much color underwater. So don't go too crazy adding so color. We're just gonna leave that space in there, okay? Now if I made myself clear, but at least you have a perfect view of the fish. I'm super excited, guys. You know what? I've been wanting a new stand. What's keeping me from getting good materials? Like, are you serious? I said to myself, you know what? If I really want good videos and I want this to really nail the video, especially with the view and stuff, I have to really like prompt up my little stations because yeah, I have to pimp it up. All right, so now we're going to start adding more shadow with this tiny brush. This is a, wow, I can't even see the number, but it's a number 1. And you see how tiny it is. The reason why I can't see the number is because it's full of paint, but it's a number 1. It's a very tiny brush. It's really useful. This is a synthetic brush. I also have like the hot bristles and all that stuff, but you can have just a tiny brush. This is just for the details. As long as it's watercolor, you will be able to hold on to the water. And I'm just spreading here some of that red, okay? And I'm just gonna start adding that to the fish. So since I marked already the fish's face and eye sockets and all that stuff, all I need is to do the details with the small brush, okay? And I'm just gonna come here, start doing the top part, okay? And I want really bright orange, okay? Just gonna use that, okay? And paint it red on this side. Coming over here, and we're just gonna lift this part up. Okay. All right. And then we're going to lower it. Okay. And we have the tail right there. I don't know if you can understand a little bit of what's going on, but that's the way these fishes are. Beautiful, by the way. And I so want one so badly. So we're just gonna do the bottom part. This is like the tail, which is also has a very beautiful tail, by the way. We're just gonna do, okay, on this side. And then right where this gap is, because there's actually the tail. Thank you. You guys are too nice. Thank you so much. I was like, I don't know what to do. Oh, let's draw a fish. No, I don't want to draw it. I want to paint it. Okay, let's just paint it. I was in that dilemma. And also because today is a very special day, but not only that, today started raining. So I had to go to so many places today, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to stop by just a little earlier and go home and do something artistic, because I'm already like I don't know, like I miss painting when I'm not doing it. And we're just going to right here. Okay, I'm just gonna separate that area. Okay, like this. And this is wetting to wet, so I'm adding kind of like reddish colors and stuff like that. And I'm also with the orange. And then we're going to get this fin. We're just gonna do the little swirly thing on the fin, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. Okay, and I'm just going to lower it like that because it looks really cute. Okay, and right here. Now I'm going to use the blue color for the bottom part of like the stomach, right behind the, right here. That's what I'm going to do. And it's not going to be too noticeable because we're going to drag it with us. Okay? And wherever I find a space that I can add some color into it, that's what we're going to do. And for us, yellow for this fish is almost as beautiful underneath. I'm just going to lift this up and close in that gap. And I'm going to drag with me that tail. Okay? Since it's underwater and we might not be able to actually mimic everything, the picture that I'm using has a really dark black background, and it looks much better in the picture. Of course, also it's a real fish. It looks very different than when you're painting it. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna add some swirls here. And then we're just gonna start doing our top part, okay? But we need this a little less wet. So all that yellow that you see here that I'm adding, I'm just gonna add it to. Okay, so for now we're just gonna let it be for a little bit. And then now we just kind of just move along with the painting. Whatever we're missing, I just try my best to kind of just get it out of the way. I'm gonna use that blue. I'm gonna use that blue color, and I'll probably add a darker blue color so we have a more finished look on this fish. This is basically this area, Okay, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna add that blue there, and we're gonna do the same thing to the eyes. We're gonna add a hint of blue. Okay, right there, and then on this side. So we're gonna add first the blue, and then we're gonna keep on adding a little bit darker until we get that complete. All right, and then with water, I'm just basically just scooping it up. Gonna do the same thing over here. Now this fin is a little longer on my picture here on the fish, so that's what we're gonna do. You don't have to do exactly what you see here. You don't have to go like, oh yeah, I have to nail it. But try to imitate nature as much as you can. I always say, you know, try your best. Don't go crazy with the details. If you can, you do. If not, then you keep on moving. There's a lot of people get frustrated because they don't know, like, when it comes to the drawing part, it's difficult, right? So I always tell them, like, there's so many things that you can do besides drawing. You can, like, you can copy, you can do all kinds of stuff. So, you know, just do your thing. Perhaps adding a drawing made out of a picture, like transfers, you can do that. Because I think that's the most frustration thing. Even for myself, when I first started, the drawing part. If you don't nail, because in watercolor, specifically with watercolors, if you don't nail the drawing, the watercolor not look as good. So if you're like a little shaky with the drawing, you can definitely make copies of it. Believe me, some artists use it, and believe me, it's so much easier too. So don't think, oh, I don't know how to draw, so I can't do that. That's what I'm trying to say. No excuses, okay? Now, for the bottom part, like from the cheekies here, my fish, I'm going to add more red color. My preference, because you know me, I like red, and also on this side. These colors are also good to do like koi fishes, parrot, tulip flowers, by the way, and also the parrots itself, because they're very vibrant. Koi is perfect for these type of things, like for fishes and stuff like that. Koi watercolors is actually a really good watercolor. And I'm just gonna come here. Yep.
I borrow like $5.
I think I have 5. Actually, I went to the store and I got cookies and a bunch of stuff. I don't know.
Oh man.
If I have anything. I think Gennaro has it. How's Gennaro? Alright? Okay. I'm just marking here, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. The reason why is because once I throw in water, I don't want to cover this part. And then
oh yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna cover this right here.
Yeah.
This is going to help me with, and also this upper part. All right. Now we're gonna do the upper, like the crest, I don't know, fin, whatever you want to call it. We're just gonna do the same thing here, but this side is gonna be, we're gonna add the crest area with some really nice red. To this, I'm also gonna add a hint of blue. Okay. I'm gonna finish right there. Then we're going to do the tail. Same way, okay? Just basically lines over lines over lines, right? And the tail, this one is dividing the tail in two. We're gonna do it there, and since I'm not too crazy about the lining, we're just gonna do squiggly lines and we're gonna drag them with water. Perhaps this is like the easiest painting you will ever see how to make, because it's very easy. So I do the line, drag it with water, okay? Same thing here, do the line. Just gonna do it backwards. Just makes sense that way. Then drag it with water, okay? Same thing here. On this side. Of course, respecting that this thing is underwater, so it looks real, right? And dragging it with the water. And we're going to just cause, okay? And this is about it. We're about to be done with fishy. Just gonna mix in some pink and some really dark blue. All right, and I'm going to start opening the mouth here. Okay, and I'm also going to kind of just make the shadow of the eye. I'm gonna come here, do the same thing. Okay. All right. And of course, I'm gonna get, that's my preference. You don't have to. I'm gonna get my black color. And we're going to start adding that black color into the eye. Okay. So a little bit of blue. And then some black. So once I'm kind of sort of happy, I'm just gonna rub this a hint a bit, because I think it's just way too strong. All right, don't worry about that stuff. Okay, the same thing here. So lines are good sometimes, but too much of it overwhelms sometimes the painting and the people or the person that is actually watching it. And there's some like fins underneath that I'm just going to omit. All right. Take that really deep red color and I'm just going to add it there. And I'm also going to add it here. Okay. What we're going to do is now the background color is actually going to help the fish. So I'm just going to move on to a bigger brush. I have my, let me see. Where are you, big brush? Big brush, there you go. Now, for the background color, you can do this with bigger paintings. I'm using a number 10. This is from Lou Cornell. And I use a mix, like I use some synthetic brushes, synthetic and natural brushes. It really doesn't matter as long as as long as is actually made for watercolors. These brushes are very, very strong, and I actually use them in my acrylics, believe it or not. They're very strong. These are the Cornell number 10. Made for watercolors, but can hold on to strong enough for acrylics. Now, background color is something that is of your choice. These babies underneath the water, and we can definitely use our whatever color, blue, as long as it's blue is fine. I'm just gonna wet my brush, and I have this blue color, right? And I'm going to, this is the part that a lot of people freak out, because this right here is going to help me with how the fish is going to look. So the areas here that are a tiny bit watery, or they need a little bit of more strength, we're going to help it with the watercolor background. All right. A lot of people get nervous when they see this because that bubble of water can really damage your painting. So what you do is basically what I've been doing, and what I'm doing is dragging with me that bubble, right? Because watercolor will allow you to do that. So, and also each person, or at least myself, I like to try how much water can this brush actually hold. And when you do that, then you don't have to worry much about the bubble. So watercolor goes to where you tell him to go. If you don't know how to manage it, it could be unruly. But if you know how to manage it, you can do a painting standing, just like that. Okay, and then the bubble, I'm telling it where to go, right? All that bubble, I said, okay, I want you to go here, and then I'm gonna go upwards, and that's it. Now, because you see these running on this side, right? Then I pick up sometimes and I move it along. I just don't leave it there. Okay, and that you can do. You can just pick up. If you see like there's a socket of water in there, just pick up. Okay. And then now we're gonna do the bottom part, which is so much fun but you can actually let it run, right? You can let that water go wherever it wants to go, and you don't have to worry about it going in places that it's not supposed to. Okay. Just gonna manage here and make it look like that's part of the fin. Same thing here. Okay. And I like different colors, so I'm just gonna add purple and purple here. By the way, just in case you were wondering, this is Canson paper, and this is a 98 pound, I believe, 98 pound paper. This is for mixed medium, but you can definitely use it with watercolors. It's a pretty cool paper, and I really don't mind like the running here and there. So actually I found it quite interesting. And I also like to use a hint or a bit of alcohol. And the way I do this is I have my good old 70% rubbing alcohol. What we're gonna do is, I want to be as careful as I can because I could be a little rough around the edges. And I'm just gonna cover my fish. And that's it. As much as I can, so I don't, right? So what this does is that creates those sockets, those little bubbles, and it also dries the watercolor. So if you have to be careful, if you don't want to use alcohol, you don't have to. I just think that every time you use alcohol on a painting, because of those beautiful textures that it lifts it with, I just love them. I really like them. So that's the reason why I use the alcohol. But of course, this is a choice of me doing this thing. So anywhere that I find that I can do a socket of or some type of texture, I will add it to the painting. And of course, the more alcohol you add, the more it will show through the painting. Some people don't like it because they say, oh, you're ruining the painting or whatever. I like textures and stuff in watercolors. I think it's really cool. And you can do so much, okay? You can do so much with it. So this is it. It's a very simple painting, but I thought it was so cool to make it in a very, very, very wet day like we're having. We actually had a really good morning and then poof, that's it. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoy. I hope that you guys are watching from Twitter. If you are, I want to thank you for all the support that you're giving me, and also share this stuff. This is a very simple painting that I believe anybody with wanting to learn how to paint, they will love to do this thing. And let's see what else we can come up with. These videos are actually being transferred from here to good old YouTube because I just want to also give part of what I do and share with other artists as well in YouTube. And I think it's really cool. It's a really cool community, and so why not? And then that's it. Thank you again for watching, guys, and for your time. And I'll see you guys on the next painting section. I will try to do something more, a little bit more lengthy, but I think that small demos are really cool and straight to the point. Just saying, because I understand that everybody has a long time to watch. So anyways, if you would like to give me a shout out, my name in Twitter is Vargas Art Studio, and I also, like I said, my name is actually Mary Cruz, but I've been in Twitter for a very, very long time, over more than 10 years. So I have my old name, and of course, you know, I try to change it, but it just doesn't let me, or maybe I just don't know how to tweak it well. But anyways, for now, this is all. Thank you again. Follow me if you like this stuff. If you see me on YouTube, this probably, what I do with these videos is that I time lapse them because some of them are really lengthy. Depending on how long this video was, I kind of just shrink it a little bit just for, I guess, for timing purposes, like I said. And if you are new to this type of things that we're doing or I'm doing, I will suggest you, like, what I'm holding the phone with is a phone stand, and they actually sell this on Amazon. This is really cool. And maybe one day I'll turn the camera over so you guys can see how it is. And for Amazon, like if you were to do like beauty, I don't know, like beauty videos and stuff like that,